the hell was that? So, my OU Sooners just got embarrassed, like bitch slapped. I don't know what you want to call it. Just absolutely embarrassed in Fort Worth today. It was like, it's like the little brother coming to town. You just like slap him in the face. It was horrible. Last week when they lost to K-State, I kind of gave them that one, right? It's kind of like, okay, we always lose one game we should win a year. It happens almost every year, right? We always lose that game that we should lose. And then K-State's kind of been our, kind of owned us of late. So maybe it's just one of those games, but no, now we know that's a disaster. Now we know, now we're getting embarrassed. Okay. So now we know this is a 911. Don't panic. Oh yeah, you panic. If you're an Oklahoma Sooner, you're 3-2, and you're losing 55-24 to TCU, and then the week before you got killed at home to K-State, and you've lost back-to-back games for only the second time since the 90s. Yeah, you have some concern, folks. There's something wrong. A couple weeks ago, they were talking about, you could be a playoff team. They beat Nebraska. They held Nebraska, to 13 points. Oh, the defense, Brandon Vols' defense. Yeah, defense. Alex Grinch might be laughing at us at this point. I don't think his team ever gave up 41 in the first half. I'm just saying, I don't know. But no, seriously. I know Venables is a great coach, great defensive coach, but man, that's embarrassing. And I know he's got to be embarrassed too, but that's unacceptable. And things have got to change. It's got to change quick because, you cannot be at OU and lose like that. You're going to be John Blake Jr. And I don't want to go there, but it certainly feels that way because it's not like you're kind of losing this. You got your ass beat today. You got your ass beat by K-State last week. And it's not just the defense to me that scares me. Today, like the game today, I get it. They kind of ran through us, but it was like the offense was disturbing to me. I know Dylan Gabriel went down in the second quarter. I understand that. And I'm not quite sold on him, but I know he's by far the QB1. Because if you go to Davis Baville, who came in in the second quarter when Gabriel went out, whoa. No, I don't think Davis is going to work either. I'm like I said, I'm not trying to be a hater on everybody, but Davis Baville is not going to be the answer. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell that's not going to happen. I kept thinking they're going to put General Booty in at third stringer. The JC transfer, I don't know where he played. I think it was Tyler or Longview or something. I think it was Tyler or something. He actually transferred. I think Tyler is at Longview. I think he was at Tyler Junior College. Has some really big numbers, but I thought they were going to put him in, but that never happened. So if Dylan Gabriel's out next week, I'm hoping they go with Booty, but they probably won't. But man, that was terrible. And what's up with this play calling on offense? I've kind of thought they were conservative the whole year, but today it was just unbelievable conservative. They were pretty conservative last week too. I understand our new offensive coordinator, Jeff Levy, wants to establish the run, but you can't establish and then just keep going with the run. And especially if you're down by 2 or 3 scores. And okay, on one hand, when Davis came in the second quarter, you want to make the guy comfortable. You want to get the guy running some plays. Let's do some run plays and get him comfortable in the offense. Hey, it's a big-time college football game. He hasn't been in it before. Let's get him comfortable and run the ball. But, man, you're down by 3 scores. You got to pass the ball once in a while. It just looked like you were defeated and like it was just like throwing in the towel. And I'm like, the way we play and stuff, through the years, even though you're down by 2 or 3 scores, you can probably make a run and come back. But it never felt like that. It never felt like we were even close. So, terrible game. Play calling a suspect, in my opinion. It wasn't just since Davis came in the game. It was even with Dylan Gabriel. I just thought the play calling was a little conservative, in my opinion. So, we can take the heat on the defense, but the offense doesn't impress me either at this point. So, I know that Jeff Levy, the offensive coordinator, had a lot of success, especially with Dylan Gabriel at UCF. And then his stint the last couple years, I think he was at Ole Miss as the offensive coordinator under Lane Kiffin. He had a lot of success, but man, it's panic time. You got to play UT next week. I don't know. I don't expect after the last 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't expect them to win any game. I think it's. I'm not saying they're going to lose every game, but I don't feel comfortable with them playing anybody at this point. I think it's been that bad, and so I mean the panic button's been hit. I know all you OU haters are loving life, and I know there's a bunch of them in the Big 12. I mean a bunch of OU haters because they're going to SEC. It's how you guys won at the SEC. You just kind of woke up and you went. And they're all hating on OU. Listen, I don't even care they're going to the SEC. I'm not like A&M back in 2011 who was like talking trash that they're going to the SEC like they're badass. I mean, A&M was an average Big 12 team going to the SEC. I mean, OU has won how many Big 12 championships? And it's not even that. It's not even that point. It's the point that it's like the people talking trash from A&M in 2011 SEC, they were so annoying. Like they're badasses. And I'm like, you're A&M, dude. Like you're an average football team in the Big 12. And you haven't been pretty much an average football team in the SEC, except for maybe a couple years when you had Johnny Football running around. And even then you didn't win the SEC. You didn't mean, but okay. So, anyway, so a lot of haters out there. They're loving life. I mean, Lincoln Riley's probably like smoking a cigar right now, like, oh man, look at me now, bitch. He's probably, in LA, like Alex Grinch thinks he's like the steel curtain defense now. I'm sure they're talking shit out their ass privately. I bet they're just loving life over at SC, but they play tonight. We'll see what happens. But they're undefeated still, so I'm sure he's just loving life over there, sneaking Lincoln. But that's all I got. Just what a week. They got to rebound quick. I don't feel confident right now at all. But what a disaster, man. After last week losing to K-State and then this week getting just bitch slapped in Fort Worth. Like, yeah, who's your daddy? Like you just smacked out of town. Like you're nobody. You're not OU. You're like some, JC team winning to TCU or something. So I hope we turn it around quick, but man, that's tough. But I mean, I still love my OU Sooners, so we'll see what happens next week against UT and going forward. Thank you.